Hi, I'm Anna Denton-Jones, and in today's session I'm going to be talking a little bit about the law relating to apprenticeships and the first of a series of video clips concentrating on this area. If you imagine when apprenticeships first came into being, we're talking medieval times when perhaps you'd live in your master's home and acquire certain skills and training, perhaps towards becoming a master craftsman over quite a lengthy period of time. The law that came into being around that is really quite strict for the potential employer. You really can't make an apprentice redundant. It would only be if you were completely closing your business down altogether that the apprentice would be redundant. If there were an apprentice contract in place, which can come into being just by virtue of you agreeing to provide training to somebody, it's very, very difficult to bring the relationship to an end by things that we'd normally regard as gross misconduct. I'm saying this in jest, but an apprentice pretty much has to murder another employee before you can get rid of them by reason of gross misconduct. So it's actually very difficult to bring that relationship to an end. And if you were to try and bring that relationship to an end too soon without having given the person the training that you promised to give them, then there is the potential for the apprentice to claim quite significant damages. It wouldn't just be the ordinary things that we'd be used to in employment law terms of notice period and things like that. It would be a claim for the loss of the value of the training to them, which can actually prove to be very, very expensive, as certain High Court cases have confirmed. So to some extent, as an employer, you're going to want to avoid ending up in that territory of operating under an apprenticeship contract. Now that's actually quite easy to do since legislation came in, it's actually 2009 legislation, the Apprenticeship Skills, Children and Learning Act, that creates a new form of apprenticeship agreement that is actually far more akin to the principles that you'd be used to in terms of employment law, and it's far more easy to regulate and deal with. Now, in order to be captured by that act and be an apprenticeship agreement rather than a traditional apprenticeship contract, you need to do certain things. The first one is make sure that there is a document in writing. Now, I'm not going to suggest that you just take your ordinary employment contract, perhaps take off the name of the last person you used it for and substitute it with the name of an apprentice. That probably is going to get you into hot water, because there are certain things that need to be covered under an apprenticeship agreement that your normal, if you like, employee contract won't cover. In particular, there needs to be a statement that is entered into in connection with a qualifying apprenticeship framework, and that's something that people often overlook. So you do need to make sure that certain things are covered in that written document. That's probably enough for this session. In the next session, I will be talking a little bit more about what you need to put into such an apprenticeship agreement. If anybody has any questions that they want to ask about this specific area, then please do contact me, adenton at refreshinglawltd, all one word, .co.uk. Thank you very much.